My name is Urmi Prasad Richardson. I am president of Europe, Middle East, Africa for Thermo Fisher Scientific. I graduated from the Cullen College of Engineering in May of 1995 with a Master of Science in Biomedical Engineering. I will say that at the time, there were not a lot of students or professors, for that matter, who looked like me. And I vividly remember this one experience of walking into a calculus for thermodynamics or some very difficult maths class. And there were predominantly male students in the class. And the professor looked up and, probably with good intention, asked me if I was lost. And in my 22-year-old maturity of a brain, I had decided to myself that I may fail all the other classes in the university, but this one I'd be damned if I failed. So, much has changed since then, but the university and the program, my memories of it is intense, innovative, very much around having access to not just the expertise in the university, but also I had access to talking to brilliant scientists who are working on similar projects across the world. Of course, working with my advisor, Professor Richard Wilson, who was instrumental in helping me how to think about how do you solve problems in exploratory science. Those experiences together would recap my struggles and my triumphs at the university. I've worked quite a fair amount in global health equity, and due to that, I've had a chance to work in multiple markets in South America, throughout Middle East, Africa, and Southeast Asia. One of the ones I'd like to talk about is South Africa, an amazing country that has had ups and downs and sideways. Their system, blood screening and transfusion medicine, was insufficient by any standards, and definitely by the standards of the infectious disease prevalence that was in the region. I had an opportunity to work with incredibly dedicated and talented scientists and very persistent local partners who helped transform this blood screening transfusion medicine space into possibly now one of the world's safest. We had to work with policymakers, with funders, with lab infrastructure, bringing in new technologies, and a mind shift in what was productive, what was efficient and effective science and technology to prevent outcomes that in the future would be just detrimental and devastating, not just to human population and human health, but to the cost for the country. So that was incredible. It took years, and pun intended, blood, sweat, and tears, to transform this blood screening mechanism in the country, and now South Africa has one of the best. I'm very fortunate to have had the chance of working in networks and platforms and access to communities and decision makers where I can empower teams. This means a lot to me because empowering teams and being an empathetic leader is basically how we get it done. Luckily, as I've been able to be more involved in bigger platforms, I hope to make a bigger impact into organizations.